Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jeff Goat here, and I know it's been a long time since I've done a T-top build video, and I'm sorry for that. It's been pretty crazy, but I'm back to it, and um, the work I've done most recently that I want to share with you guys is I put on the Ford Performance aluminum drive shaft for Fox bodies and early SN95s and the V6 SN95s. I gotta say, guys, I haven't noticed a lot in um, performance boost to it. No real acceleration difference like they brag. Then again, I've only taken it for a couple of test spins, but um, I have noticed though that the car is a bit quieter. I mean, I can't be completely for certain, but it does seem a bit quieter. Now, I will say this: if you're doing this by yourself, don't underestimate how long this is going to take. Even if you have the proper tools and are mechanically inclined, um, it takes a lot longer because if you're doing it with jack stands and you're having to lay on your back like I did, it it's a pain in the butt, especially if you're also going to be putting in a new tail shaft seal, which I did, just because when I bought the drive shaft from LMR, um, they suggested that, oh, you should get a new tail shaft seal, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll do that. And let me say this: I wish I had thought about it beforehand because it wasn't leaking, and it was just a pain in the butt to get off, guys. I mean, on your back trying to pry that sucker off took me forever. And then trying to put it back on, they don't really have a tool for that. And I tried a bunch of different things, was looking for a socket, couldn't find one big enough, and I ended up finding this at AutoZone. It's uh, an adapter for your exhaust or piping, and obviously you can see it's 2.5 inches inner diameter times 2 inch outer diameter. Now, what I did was I put this end on the back of the tail shaft seal and used a rubber mallet and patted it, boom, 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 until I could get it nicely seated on because they're like pressed on type things. And I mean, you can see I tried all kinds of different ways, and it's just that this was the most successful way I was able to do it. Um, then also trying to get the um, the drive shaft yoke to go into the old transmission housing. That was a pain in the butt itself too, because even though the drive shaft is lighter and et cetera, that shaft is new, and you got to really wiggle and like squeeze it on in until you feel it go down into the back of the trans. I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there who are like, yeah, Jeff, we know this, but if you're like me and you're kind of one of those part-time hobbyist mechanics, who just like to dibble and dabble here and there, you're not, a professional, this is for you guys. Overall, I gotta say it's been a very successful build. The car's coming along great. I'm really happy with it. Take you around the car real quick. Got the original interior back in, original steering wheel. It's crooked, but I gotta, I'll fix that later. Put in the uh, cup holder center console. Now, the only thing I wish I hadn't done was gotten that piece, the flat piece, because even though that armrest was really flimsy, it was nice to put your elbow down on. And I will say this about the cup holder: the front one if you're driving an auto stick shift, if you have something there, when you're downshifting, you know, into different gears down, it's going to hit whatever's in that front cup holder. So that's kind of, you know, makes that one useless. I almost wish they moved it back to right here and had this one and then that one. You see what I'm saying? Because the shifter does get in the way. And I would imagine if you had an even shorter shifter mechanism, then it'd be even worse. But, you know, that's the only real drawback. Other than that, I love the cup holder. I mean, certainly makes up for using that instead of the old between the seat and the e-brake way that we all used to do. Really need to get the weather stripping and headliner and all the other goodies done to the T-top, but all in good time. I want to show you real quick, if I can, the aluminum drive shaft. You kind of see it down in there. Now my exhaust is total garbage. It was kind of rinky-dink done by the previous owner. And you know, it's got issues, but it's an original paint, original condition car that I haven't really modified other than obviously the drive shaft and little things here and there. I had to put the Fox Pony grill in there because, you know, it doesn't look like a Mustang without it, in my opinion. I like the one pieces, although these ones are pretty faded. I'm probably going to upgrade to the smoke style eventually. But yeah, guys, just wanted to share this with you and let you guys know that if you're doing a Foxbody build or T-top Foxbody build, or, you know, whatever, take those things into consideration if you're not a pro at it. There's the old drive shaft. And I will say this again about the drive shaft. The old one is thinner and heavier, whereas the new one is obviously the opposite. It's lighter but thicker. So be aware of that with your exhaust, with your mounting, because you could run into some trouble. Anyways, guys, that's all for now. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you'd like to see more, let me know down in the comments, and be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and spread the word, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm your host, Jeff Goat, and I'm out. Peace.